Yeah, I always thought sepsis and septicemia were the same thing.
Right.
And basically I thought it was blood poisoning, and septicemia is blood poisoning. Septicemia is sepsis
Septic.
is
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So the clinical definition, I've since learned from the UK Sepsis Trust, who are quite an amazing resource. I've since learned from them that there are red flags, and basically you have 2 or more concurrent infections plus one organ that is starting to fail, and then you are clinically considered to have sepsis. And that can then spiral up. You can have 3, 4, 5 concurrent infections and multiple organ failures.
Absolutely, but it has to fulfill those 3 basic criteria first to be
Yeah.
called sepsis. So
Absolutely. And it's
septotoxemic shock, I think is the
yeah.
one of the other names.
Share
And the
my
problem then
screen for a
is,
second,
yep,
guys.
the big problem, of course, is that it leads to failure of organs. And so
Yeah. And you've got a golden hour, which mine unfortunately was missed. I wasn't when the ambulance arrived to come and collect me, because as you do as veterinary professional, you think, well, I can't be that bad. They told me to expect some like a bad period pain, so there's me in agony, and but thinking, well, it can't be that bad. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. And the ambulance crew turn up and say you're 2 hours off of a coma, and you go, oh. Okay, but I wasn't actually diagnosed with sepsis for the first week, really. So my therapy wasn't started as quickly as it could. But this is not, that's no detriment to the hospital. That's just a thing with sepsis, and I think we suffer from it in the veterinary field as well. You go looking for that one thing, and because I had a reason to be there, I had this coil implanted, therefore it must be something to do with that and that only. You get blinded by the one thing, when actually, again, it's this multifactorial thing that's going on. So
this slide is from the Sepsis Trust, which is the organisation you've just mentioned there, Jo.
Yes, thank you.
So you're showing a poster there from the UK Sepsis Trust. Do you want to talk us through that poster, Mike?
Me? I don't feel qualified. I mean,
Jo.
I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go.
We've got somebody here that survived and is still suffering.
Yeah.
It's obviously not it's not a on your poorly, off your better thing. This is going to drag on for a long time for Jo.
Yeah, potentially. And I think there's a statistic I read from the Sepsis Trust, because I've done the typical thing of reading lots of information about it, only factual information, not kind of just Dr. Google and chat rooms. But it's really scary stuff. 50% of people never go back to normal after having sepsis, and I'm just thankful I wasn't normal before. So I mean, it should be all right. But yeah, there's long-term cognitive issues, there's long-term muscle issues. For example, lots of people lose limbs. Thankfully, I have all of mine. But it's picking up these signs early, and you can get slightly different sign red flag warnings for children as well. And these posters are perfect, I think, for any workplace to just be aware of, any friends or family, just be aware of, because, and that's why since coming out of hospital, I've shared my story very publicly and quite graphically, very cringeworthily for me. I'm kind of hiding behind my keyboard as I type this stuff, but just the thought, if I can help one person ask their medical professional, is there any chance this is sepsis? That could save their life or their limb, or so things like having slurred speech. I had all of these things at home, on holiday at the cottage we were at, but just didn't pick up on it. The extreme shivering and muscle pain. I felt like I had really, really bad flu. Flu where you've got that £50 test, that £50 note's on the end of the bed, and you can't even reach to get it because you feel so poorly. No passing of urine, or very reduced passing of urine. And the breathlessness I put down to pain, because my whole abdomen was in severe pain. And of course, that pushes on your diaphragm, and that means you can't breathe well anyway. So again, a little bit of medical knowledge in my brain is going, well, I'm only breathless because I'm in pain and can't be that serious. I personally didn't feel like I might die at that point. After that, I did quite a few times.
I was going to say, by the sound of it, you went through quite a few days where you felt like you might
Yes, there was 3 times when the one of the consultants came to see me on 3 separate occasions and said, do you want to ring your family? Do you want to have those phone calls? You know, kind of, it might be the last chance to have those phone calls. That's a strange position to be in as well, because you kind of, you also want to protect your loved ones. So you do ring them and you do have these conversations, but you don't say, I'm ringing you, it might be the last time I speak to you because, you know, I'm going to theatre, or I'm in ICU, or this and this. And you kind of hide things from them to shield them. And mottled skin, I didn't have mottled skin, but I was quite exceptionally pale, but flushed in the face.